It's Myron Mixon joining us on the Barbecue Central Show. Myron, thanks for taking some time to talk to me.
Get ready to load up. We're out there loading up now. Get ready. I got a vend and plus getting all my competition stuff together.
This is your 12th year in a row going down, right?
Correct. It's my 12th year. I don't know if anybody's done that other than us, but that's good in a way. It's bad in a way. Hell, I've been going for 12 straight years, which is a great thing, but I ain't won it yet, and that's the bad damn thing.
I'm glad you mentioned that. What, in your estimation, can you point to any 1, 2, or 10 things that have kept the elusive Jack Daniel trophy from getting on that mantle of yours?
I don't know. We had a couple of 3 years there in a row where we were like third overall 3 years in a row on the deal, and I mean we were missing Graham by less than 2 points and stuff like that. But now it's done got to be where more judges in the back, and I'm not knocking anything that's going on in the back, but you got more and more or less what I call seasoned judges doing any of the judging. You got a lot of table captains that's got a lot of experience, but most of what you got in the back now are what I call novices, which, you know, Jack Daniels uses that as a promotional outlet. You got a lot of media doing a lot of the judging now, people that write articles for food magazines and things like that of that nature that really can promote Jack Daniels, and I don't blame them. You know, it's their contest; they can do what they want to with it. But end of the day, that's not good for the teams. Not taking anything away from anybody that has won it, but I mean, as the years have gone by, you got a lot less and less seasoned judges doing any judging in the back. You know, just because you went through a school 30 minutes before you walked back there and started eating, that doesn't make you a judge.
Right.
And my point is, the judges that day in, day out around here judging on the circuit and judging me at my contest I go to every weekend, that quality and that type of judge needs to be the one in the back doing the judging at the Jack and at the American Royal Invitational. You know, that's just a simple fact. And I'm not, again, I know they're their contests, they can run them the way they want to, but I'm speaking to you strictly from as a cooker who would want to be judged by the best possible judge you can possibly have at a contest against, you know, some of the strongest out there on the circuit.
All right, so to your fact, or to the point of having less experienced or not as experienced judges as you would in some of the other sanctioning bodies that you normally compete in, do you take a different approach when you're cooking your food at this contest than you would at any other because of the definitive lack of experience on most of those judges' palates?
I used to didn't do that, but what you're talking about, but now that it's getting worse and worse for us, and I'm saying worse in the form of not having seasoned judges in the back,
right.
You start cooking like you're cooking for mass appeal, like you would be cooking for a barbecue restaurant, as far as flavors that they're used to eating. You know, a lot of sloppy sauce. I watched the box, and I'm sure everybody's aware and knows this box. They watched it on TV when this particular cook team just chopped it all up and slopped some sauce up and threw it in the box and took first place pork. You know, and that just makes you damn sick that something thrown together like that can win. But the thing is, you got to look who's doing the judging. You know, people back in the back, a lot of them don't appreciate, and I'm not saying sculpted in the form of trying to, you know, do something wrong. Your box laid out perfectly, and your pieces of meat are laid in there like they should be, slices, and the pull section and the chop section. You know, and you go to this extreme to try to do all that, and then somebody chops it up like they run it through a damn, you know, a lawnmower, and it comes out the other side like mush, and they win. You know, it makes you realize what you got to do. And what you got to do is just like you cooking barbecue for a fair. Well, everybody's coming through wanting carnival food, and that's what you, in my opinion, you got to do it like.
Talking with Myron Mixon, he's the pitmaster of Jack's Old South, going to be giving another try at the Jack Daniels here coming up very shortly, where I've interviewed a number of guys who are specifically allegiant, at least in the majority of competitions, to one particular sanctioning body, whether they live in an area that is just conducive to that, like some of the guys down in Florida, Georgia area are going to be a little bit more poised to go FBA, where some of the guys in the middle of the country can do the KCBS. You're kind of a guy that spreads it all over, and you are doing very well in a number of different sanctioning bodies. Is there any reason why you're kind of a non-allegiant or a non-this sanctioning body or that sanctioning body type cooker like some of the rest of these guys are?
Well, the main thing that motivates me is the prize package you have at the contest. I have a lot of people always say, well, you're taking the damn fun out of it and the purity out of the barbecue by chasing money. Well, I'm the happiest when I'm winning dough. You know, so winning money at barbecue contests, that's what makes me happy. But that's really what motivates me to do it. And the second thing there behind that is going places that I like to go to. You know, there's a lot of KCBS events I like to attend just because of the location. Same thing with the Memphis style, and also with the FBA. And I do a lot more FBA. I probably do 3 or 4 a year, but I do those in January and February when it's too cold really to go anywhere else. I really don't have a lot of contests going on anywhere else but in the Florida area. But the Memphis has always been where I got started, and I've cooked more this year than I have in the past 3 or 4 years. But and I have increased doing a lot more KCBS over the last 3 or 4. We just got back from Dover, Delaware this past weekend, and that's the first time I've ever been up in there, and it was like 80-something teams, and that was some horrific weather, which they don't have any control of the weather, but that was a tough contest.
Now, for some of the people that say you're just taking some of that art or whatever because you're chasing prize money, could that also be looked at as the fact that maybe more than any type of sanctioning allegiance, you're more of a competitor at heart? You just want to get out there, and doesn't matter what style, you want to prove that you're the best that's going to be entering that contest that day?
That's got a lot to do with it. I mean, yeah, I want to be considered the best, and I don't think that you can be considered the true overall barbecue champion unless you can do it all. You know, you might have somebody can dominate KCBS or dominate NBN or dominate the FBA, but until all of them can walk one to the other and win, you know, that's what it takes, in my opinion, to be the overall champion. And right now, I'm the only one doing that. I mean, not saying anybody else can't, but nobody else is doing it.
And the stats prove it out. We're talking with Myron Mixon, Jack's Old South Pitmaster. Myron, where can people go to find out a little bit more about Jack's Old South?
They can go to my website, jacksoldsouth.com, and we also have a new website that we started doing our barbecue franchises. You can go to jacksoldsouthllc.com.
All right, Myron, good luck.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate the time. It's Myron Mixon.
All right. Bye-bye.
He's going to be taking place in the Jack Daniels